That Don't Sound Right is a podcast about talking the way we did before the internet, when you could not prove anyone right or wrong.
All the expertise was contained in the people involved with the conversation. I'm Peter.
I'm Cecil, and I hope you enjoy our conversations. And as you listen, if you find yourself silently saying, "That don't sound right," send us a comment. You're one of us.
Hard with these words on
I
it.
think I'd be a little scared if I received the last one.
The last one?
The last one seems like maybe a prelude to a ransom note.
Okay, all right.
Welcome back to another episode of That Don't Sound Right, a podcast about talking. We're your co-hosts. I'm Peter Bielman.
I'm Cecil Davis.
And we're just trying to have a conversation without Googling or fact-checking things online. Those things can so easily kill the conversation.
And we don't have an example of killing the conversation this week, do we?
No, not necessarily, but I'm sure you've experienced it, that you'll be talking about a topic and someone whips out their phone and says, "Oh, well, here's the answer."
Right. And it stops everything cold.
But we are just trying to figure things out ourselves. And we have something we need to figure out. And to help us do that, we have our beautiful wives tonight. Here on the show, Bunny Bielman, Christy Davis, welcome to the show.
So this is your first time ever being on the show.
At least on purpose. At least on purpose.
Yeah. There's been some cameos.
That's right.
But they're actual guests tonight.
So what are you feeling, Bunny?
I'm glad to be here. A little nervous.
And you, Christy?
The same. I'm anticipating your question, Peter.
Well, you've been here, I feel like our listeners really know your footsteps.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right. If you've ever heard some footsteps in the background, some shuffling of papers, that's Christy. And every once in a while, you chimed in before.
With socks.
Yes, with socks. That's fine.
You can come back for the mailbag for the sock response.
So, this is the Saturday before Valentine's Day, right? Lots of different things go on Valentine's Day. There's a lot of emotions that go on Valentine's Day. I personally detest the holiday.
Really?
I do. I do not like it. I do not like it at all. Why are you forcing me to? Why is there some kind of social pressure to make me be something that I should be all the time?
I feel like our decorations behind you are not good then.
Does it say lover?
It says
Oh, it says love.
It says love.
But there's a difference in this particular Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
In this household. What's special about Valentine's Day in this household?
It's my wife's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happens special for Valentine's Day in this household?
Well, you have to have two gifts. You have to have Valentine's. It's just like having your birthday on Christmas.
Yes.
You can't get a birthday / Christmas gift.
Right.
You have to have a birthday gift and a Christmas gift.
Now, we've had the discussion about having a birthday around Christmas. We've scientifically proven that December 16th, my birthday, is the worst day to have a birthday. But I'm just curious. I'm not saying there are not any other bad days. Just mine's the worst. But so Christy, how is it having your birthday on Valentine's Day?
Well, everybody knows February 14th is Valentine's Day. I had a doctor's appointment today. They always like, "No, tell me your birthday." And I'm like, "Oh, Valentine's Day." Everybody knows February 14th is Valentine's Day, which I think is curious. Does everybody know that March 17th is St. Patrick's Day?
Which is, by the way, Bunny's birthday.
Oh, your birthday! Does that happen to you when you say 3/17, whatever the year is? Do they say, "Oh, St. Patrick's Day"?
Often they do. Yeah.
No, mine's not often. Mine's every single time. Every single time. Nobody is unaware that February 14th is Valentine's Day.
Well, I'm sure.
There you go. March 17th, Bunny's birthday is on St. Patrick's
Another
Day.
eerie similarity between me and Cecil.
Right.
If anyone's keeping score, email us the scorecard, because there's a lot of similarities that we haven't been writing down. But
I'd like to interject. So, Peter, if you have a comment, you with your Valentine's Day, do you feel the same way? You don't like being prescribed a day where you have to have a sentiment. Do you feel the same way about Father's Day or Mother's Day?
I guess for Mother's Day, I don't mind Mother's Day because it's a real thing. A mother is a real person to be honored. A father is a real person to be honored. What the heck is Valentine's Day? We're either gonna honor Saint Valentine,
Right.
or not. But what's this other stuff going about hearts and lover banners on your wall? what is that all about? I don't know. But lest we digress, I do want to get to tonight's topic.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of things that don't sound right about Valentine's Day.
I can't wait to hear
All right.
how this is going to end.
I have two pieces of paper. They are printed with words.
Okay.
Okay. I will hand them to. I'll hand that. There you go, Bunny, and then there you go, Christy. I'll let you open that up.
Are these the
I see them?
same?
Oh yeah, you can see them there.
Are they the
I've got
same?
mine in front of me. Yes. So these are words that you might see on a Valentine's Day card.
Real word? Are these from real
Did you
Valentine's
go
Day
to the
cards?
Hallmark store?
So I'm not going to tell you where they came from, but I want you to read them out loud. So Bunny, would you read the first one, please?
It doesn't matter the holiday. You are what is so special. And you are that way every day.
Here we go. Okay. So Christy, now why don't you read the middle one?
No matter the occasion, you're the one who's truly amazing, and you shine like that every single day.
Yes, very
Wow.
nice.
That's very nice.
That's very nice.
And then Cecil, why don't you read the last
I'll
one?
read alone. I met you. I liked you. I love you. I'm keeping you.
So any one of these, we would agree that any one of these could be on a card, a Valentine's Day card, right?
I would agree. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I would agree.
Oh no, we've got
This might be the dollar store.
we've got
cards.
we've got dissent. But
Yeah.
they could be on a
They could be. They could. They
We're
could
not
qualify.
talking Hallmark here necessarily.
They could be on a card. Yes.
How would you feel if you received a card from me with any of those words on there?
Probably the beginning of each one is okay.
I would like for somebody to tell me that you are what's so special. I'm that way every day. That's really nice.
All right, yeah, okay.
got
How about
that?
you, Cecil?
Be special every day.
What if you were to receive a card with these words on
I
it?
think I'd be a little scared if I received the last one.
The last one?
The last one seems like maybe a prelude to a ransom note.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Prelude to a ransom note.
Now let me flip the script. What if you were to receive any of these words from Cecil? Like if he wrote one of these, and he gave it to you as a card.
He wrote it, or he purchased the card.
No, he wrote it.
He wrote it.
He
with
wrote
his
it.
He
own
made his
hand.
own card.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have to say thank you. That is so kind. How could you not?
Yeah? All right. And then what about you, Bud?
I mean, it's different having it printed
Peter is
versus
setting
being
us
written,
all
right?
up. He is teeing us all up for something.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing this whole time. These actually
Have you figured out what they are?
Do you know the story?
no, but to me these sound more like the ones you read.
Are these cards that you've
You
written
would hear versus something at the store.
So what you might not pick the laughter is that she felt like I would have written these anyway. So how does that make? Well, it makes her laugh. Is what it does.
But actually, like that, they sound better thinking that you wrote them
Exactly.
Yeah.
versus that these were ones on an actual card.
Right.
There's
That-
something
that-
about somebody handwriting it that you can forgive a lot
I'm
more.
gonna save these and use these in the future, by the way.
See if she remembers from this episode.
She won't. So I'll
I know. If he
definitely
says
use
I'm
it.
special in every way, every day, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna put that on the mirror every day.
Okay. So now,
Yeah.
what if I told you these are all written by AI?
I actually was gonna ask you that a little bit.
So what
earlier.
if you were to receive a card from Cecil, but he had used AI to write these? How would you feel? Isn't that interesting? How would you feel?
What did you put in? What was your criteria?
Yeah, no, I don't.
What'd you say?
I would not connect with it as much.
Yeah, right. Isn't that interesting?
What if I used it just to get me started? Just to prop me
Well, I
on what
wondered
was
if you
trying-
were going to say that because it just has that quality. It has that, that artificial intelligence quality.
But isn't that interesting though that if it was a card that we purchased from the store, you had a different reaction to it than learning that it was written by AI. You both had different reactions. And and that's what don't sound right. Is that we can take something from a stranger written on our behalf, but we can't take. It's harder for us to take something from a computer written on our behalf. Isn't that?
I would say, yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
Now I will tell you that there's one of each on this list.
One of what?
One of these I wrote. One of these AI wrote. Another one I got from Good Housekeeping.
Really?
Ooh, can we guess?
I bet.
Would you like to play the game?
I'm gonna guess.
Let's read them again.
Read them again. Okay. I'll read this one over here. I'll read the first one. It doesn't matter the holiday. You are what is so special, and you are that way every day.
That's the card.
That's the card.
You're saying that's the card.
That's the card.
And you're answering us,
No,
Peter?
I'm not answering. I'm just repeating.
I am gonna say that is AI.
I think you wrote that one.
You think I wrote that?
Oh, wow. We're split.
Wow.
Okay.
I think the card is number 2.
Okay.
No matter the occasion, you're the one who's truly amazing, and you shine like that every single day.
Okay.
I feel like that
That
might
is
be
AI.
the card. I think that's the card.
Yeah, I think that's the card.
I think you wrote the last one, Peter.
The last one was written by an engineer.
I met you. I like you.
I love you. I'm keeping you.
I drew a straight line between each of these points.
Well, would you
I
like
would
to?
say that's AI.
Would you like to know the answer?
Yes.
Yes.
I wrote the first one.
Really?
Oh,
Buddy
wow.
knows
I
her
wrote that a couple
husband
years
well.
ago. I saved the card. I have the
That's so
card,
fun.
and that's the one I actually wrote for you.
Is that the one that made you laugh, Bunny?
Yes, but it is the one that I guessed that he wrote.
Yeah, I wrote that one. AI wrote the second one.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And the third one's the card?
The third one's a real
Really?
card. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't
We
that
were
amazing?
wrong on every. I was wrong
was
on
wrong on
every
every
one.
single
one.
Wow.
But I just bring that up, and I got this idea from a guy at work, a coworker. His I see if I get the story right. His one of his kids likes to write their own cards, and they're very, very good at it. Very, very good at it.
Right.
And they have another child who doesn't write them as much and used AI to write them. And the reaction was kind of similar. You did what?
Right.
This means that this doesn't seem to mean as much because it came from a computer. Even though had that same sibling child given you a card that they bought at Hallmark,
Right.
you'd had a totally different reaction.
Well, it's
And they
interesting.
did, and the family member had a different reaction.
Huh.
Yeah.
'Cause I have started using AI when people hand me a card to sign because I can't think of something to put in there. So I use it as a prompt.
Right.
Now I know if they ever find out that I use AI, they will be reacting to it differently than.
Yeah, maybe so.
So-
Just don't tell them.
I have a question then that's tangent to this then.
Yeah.
So when I went to buy Christy's engagement ring, there was the one I picked out. It's a nice ring,
Okay.
but there was a nicer ring that was less expensive. So it was a nicer diamond,
Yeah.
but less expensive.
Was it a nicer diamond or just a bigger diamond?
It was a bigger, clear. I mean, all the C's
Okay.
were a step better, and
All right.
the size was a step better.
Yeah.
But it cost less money
Why?
because it had been returned.
Aha. Really?
It had been
okay.
So they had either the engagement had been called off or whatever, and the person had returned the ring, and he was having trouble selling that ring.
No kidding.
And so for a minute, I thought, well, practically, it makes sense to buy the cheaper, better diamond, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Interesting. I would have. To me, I would have bought it because it was just better.
It was better.
It was better.
It was better.
It was better, and that's
guy's-
what has sold me on it. It's just that it was better.
Right. It was better.
It was fact that it was less expensive
And less
pricing on the
expensive,
but
right.
It was a better.
But what if AI writes a better verse?
It will.
It will.
It will.
That's what I'm saying. It has the same thing. It's like this there's baggage with it now. There's mechanical baggage. There's baggage with this ring. Like, I don't believe in bad luck, but I think he was having trouble selling it because
It had a stigma to it.
it had a
right?
stigma to it.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, and someone else had owned it.
Yeah.
It's different when you're getting like an antique ring that someone's owned and you know.
But you don't. I wondered the same thing
Yeah.
because don't you have friends that have antique rings, but you don't know the story behind it.
Well, here's the
You
thing.
don't know, like,
Maybe the owner knows it, though.
I could have bought the ring
Yeah.
and never told anyone. The only two people in the world that would have known were me and the jeweler.
Yeah, that's right.
But I would have known.
Did you consider taking the rock off and putting it on a different mount?
Yes. I stood there for probably 30 minutes thinking about how
I don't know.
Because
that.
it was such
I've
a
heard
bargain.
The story and
Yeah, right.
It's so interesting.
it was such a bargain. And
Yeah,
it was
to me, it's the ring that people returned is that melt that down, do something else with it. But the rock's a rock.
Right, but I was trying to in my conversation. In my head, I was thinking, how would I explain this to Christy if it ever came up?
Have you told me this story?
I think I told you this.
What did I say?
Well, now if it was young Christy versus now
That's
Christy,
what I was thinking. Like now, I'd be like, wow.
Christy would be like,
why didn't
wow, you
buy-
should have gotten
why-
better.
Why didn't
better
you get
one.
that one?
But
Young Christy?
young Christy been
Yes.
like.
I probably would have.
You would not
I probably would have assigned something to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
right.
You're right. I've
Yeah.
grown.
Yeah,
I've grown.
I would have.
What would you have done?
I would have preferred a brand new ring.
Brand new ring.
Really?
But now, still,
Still, I think so.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So you prefer a brand new verse, like a handwritten verse, then over, and even if the AI verse was better.
Not necessarily, because if it really conveyed what Peter wanted to say, that would be okay.
You'd be okay with that?
well, you take quotes from books and you use quotes and send them to people or frame them. So,
Yeah, that's
but
right.
those are not. It's the AI part that bothers you.
Yeah. Hey, but before we wrap up this Valentine's Day segment, I just want to ask you a question. Are you tired of buying the same old boring gifts for Valentine's Day? Well, spice things up with our podcast merchandise. Show your love with a shirt, a hat, a pint glass, or a coffee mug featuring That Don't Sound Right. It's the perfect gifts for the podcast addict in your life. And if they don't like it, just blame it on the love-induced delirium and move on to the next one. Order now and make your Valentine's Day a little more nerdy and a lot more awesome.
So, and none of our stuff is created by AI or secondhand.
No, that's right. No,
Yeah.
you know what I wish I'd done.
What?
I thought about doing is I thought about then going on the Bing Image Creator.
Uh-huh.
It's an AI image creator,
Right.
and give it the verse and say,
You
create,
should do that anyway.
yeah, and create a card
Right.
for each one of these and see what it does.
See what it does.
Wouldn't it be crazy?
It would be
Put it on
crazy.
Instagram.
We'll put it on Instagram. Yeah, we can
Right,
do that.
right.
All right, before we go, we did this when some of our daughters were on, and so tonight we'll do it with Bunny and with Christy,
All right,
the TDSR speed round.
go for it.
All right, so first question. Would you rather be a pharmacist or an engineer?
Oh no, I was here for that. And there's not an answer C.
I told you weren't going to be able to do this.
Oh, so hard. I'm gonna have to go with engineer just
Yeah.
to create. I'm sorry, honey.
That's okay. I went with engineer too.
I'm a math major, so engineering.
Engineer.
Okay.
Do you listen to That Don't Sound Right?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, they both said that was straight faced.
Yeah, no, they both do. I'm usually.
I think
Everybody-
Bunny is more consistent, but I do listen to it when I walk. I have comments.
Do you,
I know you do.
think TDSR is cool, and or do you like TDSR?
Oh, of course, totally. We're in the right demographic, right?
That's true. If you had to listen to one band forever, who would it be?
Oh,
This one stumped all the girls.
Oh.
They
Well, they
asked.
were stuck up on the band
Right.
versus just a singer.
Yep. Singer, band, one singer, one band.
Either
One
Sander
artist.
McCracken or Avett Brothers.
Wow. Avett Brothers forever?
I'm gonna
I'm
have to
impressed
go
by that.
with.
I can't get through a whole song, Avett Brothers song, much less listen to them forever.
I think I would say Ben Rector or Drew Holcomb.
All right.
Solid answers. And that's wasn't a diss on the Ava Brothers. I like the Ava Brothers. I've seen them many times in
like a diss
concert.
on the Ava Brothers.
But they have some very long songs. If you could live anywhere for 1 year, what would it be? Where would it be? If you could live anywhere for 1 year.
I would like to have multiple
I know.
options because I would like to have a warm weather option and
The question is, if you could live anywhere for 1 year,
1 year,
where would it be?
anywhere.
Anywhere in the
Doesn't
world.
have to be in the United States.
Nope.
Wow.
And
Greece. Somewhere in Greece.
Greece. Okay.
yeah, well, we can do countries.
Yeah, we can do Greece. Sure.
I think it's somewhere in England.
Jolly old England. And the last one, just in honor of Peter and I, what is your dream car?
Dream car.
I do not have one.
You don't have a dream car?
See, that would imply she dreams about cars.
Exactly.
There's no dreaming of cars.
I would
in
like
Bunny's world.
one within the decade that I'm living. That's what I would like. I would like one within the 2020 decade.
All right. That's
Do you know what my dream car is?
The one that you said, the Spider something.
Oh, you got one of the words right.
Spider.
1973 Ferrari Daytona Spider.
Yeah. I mean, Spider.
I hope if I say that enough times on the podcast, somebody will buy me one.
Your phone's listening.
Even a fake one.
Even a fake one. I'll take a replica.
That's
and
right.
yours is
You know what mine is?
Is it your.
I mean, just the Scout Restored.
Yep, that's it. That's
yes.
true. And if we say that enough,
Elves will come and restore it for
yeah,
you?
that's the restoration elves that show up in my garage.
It depends on it. If it's a true Ferrari Daytona Spider, it would have to be a billionaire patron of our show.
Yeah, right.
A millionaire patron could pick me up a replica.
Okay, all right.
So before we go, Wonderfully Made Designs is a small business specializing in custom-made T-shirts and decals. Contact Casey on Facebook at Wonderfully Made Designs 139.14. Use code TDSR10 for 10% off your first order. I saw 2 of her custom shirts recently, and they turned out really nice.
Excellent. I just put in an order for decals
Oh, did you?
for Windows.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got a whole order.
And have you done your wrap-up?
Hey, before we close, we want to thank everyone for listening. If this is your first time and enjoyed the conversation, would you consider hitting the subscribe button on the platform you listen with? Also, if you're a longtime listener, please give us a rating and leave us a review so others can easily find us and join the conversation.
That Don't Sound Right is a production of TDSR Podcast in conjunction with Camel City Studios. I'm your co-host and sound engineer. Sorry about the tinny sound on the last 2 episodes. I'm trying to become a sound engineer. Cecil, Peter is your other host and web designer. Camille is your part-time barista. Emily does your graphic design. Ella does your Instagram. Giorgio tests our merchandise. Brent is our international brand ambassador, and he now has a shirt to say it.
Very
and
nice.
as always, listener number 1 is Scott. So until next week, keep talking.
And stay curious.